Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for your starting lineups for tonight's game. Starting with the McCallum Knights, leading off, number 1, Wyatt Cunningham in center field. Batting second, number 10, Nico Sanchez, playing right field. Batting third, number 9,
leads the team as they go for the program's 6th district championship. Brought to you on the Vype Live Network by Toyota of Cedar Park, Adele Golf, Thundercloud Subs, Austin's go-to team realty, Alzer's Barbecue, ASI Protection Services, and Academy Sports and Outdoors. And now, calling the shots for today's game, here's the voice of the Timberwolves, Brad Cole.
Good evening, everybody. Brad Cole via the tee here with you. Our broadcast tonight, a little bit different than we thought. Cedar Park is playing. They're not playing Lake Travis, like I said, all day long and all night last night. It's McCallum. Schedule I had said Lake Travis, but it's McCallum, who just got done beating Lake Travis 10-8 about a half an hour ago. So this should be a pretty good matchup. Timberwolves got 2 scheduled tomorrow beginning at 10 a.m. and another one I think about 5:30. But we'll see who that's going to be, and if that even happens, sleet and rain or scheduled and cold weather, and we'll see if that even happens. Here's the starting lineup for the McCallum Knights. Leading off, playing center field for the visitors, Wyatt Cunningham. Batting second in left field, Nico Sanchez. Batting third, the pitcher, Diego Barraz. Cleanup hitter behind the plate, J.J. Valley-Solis. Batting fifth, the DH Pablo Lopez, hitting for their third baseman, Jacob Ramirez. Batting sixth at short, Kai Friesen. Batting seventh, first baseman, Andy Honea. Batting eighth, right fielder Colby Summers. Batting ninth, second baseman Jackson Cox. So if you're keeping a scorecard, easy for you to say, for McCallum is Cunningham, Sanchez, Barraz, Valley-Solis. Let me do that again. Valley-Solis, Lopez and Friesen, and Honea, Summers, and Cox. And for Cedar Park, in the bottom of the innings is the home team. They'll lead off with second baseman Brady Richardson. Batting second in center field, Christian Pickens. Batting third at short, Julian Swift. Batting cleanup, third baseman Louis Alonzo. Batting fifth in right field, Cade Davis. Batting sixth, first baseman Jackson Harvey. Batting seventh, DH Murray Robinson. Batting eighth, left fielder Houston Molinaro. Batting ninth, and behind the plate tonight, Carter Wohl. Ethan Becker on the mound for the Timberwolves. So for your scorecard, Richardson, Pickens, Swift, Alonzo, Davis, Harvey, Robinson, Molinaro, and Well. Weather tonight, in the 50s, very little wind. The flag in right center field is just completely draped straight down. Completely pitch black. There were no clouds through the day. Temperature will probably drop into the high 40s by the end of the game. Cedar Park looking to extend their record in this tournament to 2-0 with that win today. Les Clary is our QA tonight. Thanks, Les, for tagging along with us and making sure we don't sound like a bunch of Around the Cedar Park area, still plenty of time to make it down to the ballpark. Concession stand is open. Good hot food, hot dogs, sausages, hamburgers, some of the best around, actually. Neither, so it's free. You can get a good dinner too. A little late at 8:10 p.m. getting underway here. 2-hour time limit. 8 after 5 rule, we learned. That's what kind of stopped us seemingly prematurely earlier today with that 9-1 win. Wyatt Cunningham, the center fielder for the McCallum Knights, steps in, takes a call, strike one. Called strike two. Becker starts out hot. Wow, thought that looked pretty good, 1-2. Nico Sanchez, left fielder on deck, then their pitcher, Diego Barras. Swing and a miss, he's down on strikes, one away.
Now batting for the Knights, right fielder, number 10, Nico Sanchez.
Here's left fielder Nico Sanchez. A little low and out, 1-0. McCallum Long, the Austin ISD baseball power. They are always in the mix, usually winning the district down there. There's sometimes another team, maybe LBJ. Crockett one time faced in the first round of the playoffs. 1-1. Inside 2-1. Lanier sometimes makes the playoffs. We've played all these teams in the first round before. That one misses 3-1. A strike, full count to Nico Sanchez. McCallum looked pretty good against Lake Travis. We understand Lake Travis was not playing all of their number one players. Fouled out of play right side, still full count. Here comes pitch number 7 of this at-bat to Sanchez. Well, we also understand Lake Travis started their pitcher who's headed to Baylor, and he didn't do too well. Put a lot of guys on base for free. Ball 4. Started 0-2. So a 1-out walk for Sanchez. Brings to the plate the 3-hitter, pitcher Diego Barras.
Now batting the pitcher number 9, Diego Barras.
Throw over to first. Nothing doing there. Swung on, tapped, up on it. Safe at second. Julian came up on it and decided to try for the play at 2, but the guy had a pretty good jump. So fielder's choice puts Diego Barras at first, moves Nico Sanchez to second. For the catcher and cleanup hitter, J.J. Valley-Solis.
Now batting the catcher number 20, J.J. Valley-Solis.
One out, then a walk and a fielder's choice. Runners at first and second. Good pitch. Starts him off 0-1. From the stretch, hits him in the left elbow. Loads the bases with 1 out. We were in good shape about 90 seconds ago. Pushes Barraz to second, Sanchez to third.
Now batting
For the 5-hitter, DH Pablo Lopez. Need a DP. Swing and a miss, or a strikeout, or two. Lopez starts out 0-1. 4 of the 5 batters have started out 0-1, but 3 of them are on base. Swing and a miss again. 0-2 to Pablo Lopez. The shortstop, Kai Friesen, is on deck. Strikeout here, and then we'll get Friesen. Drifted a little outside, 1-2. Way outside, runners coming. And it's 1-0 McCallum. That was Nico Sanchez scoring from third. Diego Barraz moves to third. J.J. Valle-Solis goes from first to second. It counts 2-2 to Pablo Lopez. Foul into the net, right side, still 2-2. The pitch. He's called that a strike before, but not that time. Full count now to Lopez. Line drive over third baseman into left field. A run scores. They'll hold everybody else up. Bases still loaded. Still just 1 out. And now 2-0. Told you this McCallum glove was pretty good. That was Barraz scoring from third. Valle-Solis goes to third. Pablo Lopez has an RBI single, first hit of the game. And he's at first. Here's shortstop Kai Friesen. 6th hitter already. High, 1-0. Andy Honea, their first baseman, is on deck. Let's not get to him. Let's get a DP to end the inning right here. Pitches outside, 2-0. Lifted, foul territory, right side, chasing it, left fielder, first baseman, right fielder, and he makes the catch. Runner tags, comes home, and is thrown out at home after an out in the outfield for the second time today. That was Cade Davis with a throw straight home to Carter Roll, and that was a dead man. He was out by about 8 feet. So a double play to end the inning, but not before they had 4 base runners and scored a So Cedar Park in the bottom of the first. Brady Richardson will lead off, then Christian Pickens and Julian Swift as they try to answer McCallum, who had a 2-spot in the top. First pitch, fastball stays low, 1-0 to Richardson. Diego Barraz on the mound, J.J. Valley-Solis behind the plate. Tapper ground ball to second, grabs it and over to first. Jackson Cox to Andy Honea for out number 1. Brings center fielder Christian Pickens to the plate.
Now batting for the Timberwolves, number 21, center fielder Christian Pickens.
Pickens into the day of 476 hitter. Everybody got a lot of hits in the first game, but I haven't recalculated any averages, so the averages I'll be giving you are without all the hits in this first game. So a lot of these averages are going to be bigger than the impressive numbers you're going to hear. That one misses. 1-0 to Christian Pickens. Swift on deck, Alonso in the hole. Fly ball, foul ball. Racing towards it. Lands in the on-deck circle or just thereabouts. 1-1. Something tells me McCallum's not going to win this game with 2 runs. I think Cedar Park's going to get their due. Can they douse the Knights bats? The pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. 1-2 to Pickens. Pickens had 2 terrific throws for outs out of left field in that first game today. Just like Cade Davis had a moment ago. Misses 2-2. Two players who made that great DP at the end of the inning. Their dads are sitting right next to me. Swing and a miss. Pickens is down.
Now batting with
2-way, still nobody on.
Julian Swift.
Here's Julian Swift to the plate. End of the day hitting .429 and went 2 for 3 earlier today, so higher than .429 right now. Called strike 1. Tommy Boggs, the head coach at Concordia and my other employer in baseball. He was here looking at Swift in the game 1. Got to talk to him. I am the stadium announcer at Concordia for their home games. Got 3 over the weekend here. Have to be missing some of them because I'm doing Cedar Park broadcasts. Here's the 0-1. Missed 1-1. Swing and a miss. 2-1 to Julian Swift with Louis Alonso on deck. 2 outs, nobody on here. Bottom of the first, trailing Big Mac. 2-0. Inside, maybe low also. 3-1. Swift, one of several guys who struck out once or no times this year, and that one strikeout was last night to Lake Travis.
Good eye.
Wow. I had the count wrong. I had it at 3-1. It was 2-2. Now it's a full count. The pitch, grounded back to the second baseman, backhands it, throws it across. Jackson Cox to Andy Honea. Cedar Park is down 1-2-3. Be back in a minute. Diego Barraz, only 13 pitches, 7 strikes, 6 balls, struck out 1. 2 ground ball outs to second base to round out the inning for the Knights, who come to the plate now in the top of the second. 7, 8, 9 doing their order, leading off first baseman Andy Honea. Inside, 1-0. That one was called the ball as well. 2-0. Called strike. 2-1. Right fielder Colby Summers on deck. Then second baseman Jackson Coxon. They're already back to the top of the order. Swung on, lifted, foul, out of play right side. 2-2. Did that hit a pole? Bounced all the way back almost to home. Honea digs back in place. 2-2 coming. Oh boy, that was nice, but I guess it missed. 3-2. Ball 4. So leadoff walk for Andy Honea. Start the top of the second for the Knights. Brings the plate right fielder Colby Summers.
Colby Summers.
Can't get my seat to stay raised for whatever reason. Just slowly sinks down. I got to pop it back up every inning. Here's a called strike 1. Shows bunt. Misses it. 0-2. Inside and low, actually nicely blocked by Carter Wohl. 1-2 the count to Colby Summers. Probably a few more people right now in the park than there were today. The weather was so good. A little colder right now. Line, foul, out of play, left side. Still 1-2. boy, was that nice, and punched him out. A standing strikeout for Ethan Becker. One down. Runner at first, Honey. One out for Jackson Cox, the second baseman, 9-hole hitter. Blooped, second base. Brady can't get to it. Will they have a chance to get him at second on the force? Yes, they did. Center fielder Christian Pickens backing up Brady, picks it up behind him in shallow right, actually. Makes the turning crossbody throw to Swift covering the bag. So that is an 8-6 out at the bag at 2. Fielder's choice for Cox. He's at first. 2 down. Top of the order with Wyatt Cunningham. Center fielder, struck out swinging on 4 pitches last time up. Small strike zone on Cunningham. But he finds it, 0-1. Pitch a little low. Cedar Park fans thought that was a strike. Looked a little low to me. 1-1. Outside, also maybe low. 2-1. 2 down, runner at first. No runs in here in the second so far for McCallum. 2-1 to Wyatt Cunningham. Tapped, third base side, foul ball. Just barely foul. Its last bounce was fair. It had enough spin on it where it went foul by the time third baseman Louis Alonso gloved it. So 2-2 the count. Strike away from getting out of this one with no harm done, even though he surrendered 2 base runners. 6 base runners in the first 2 innings for McCallum. Outside, full count. Still a strike away. Runner goes. Swung on the ground through third base. What do you think, E or a hit? I'd give that a hit too. Hit hard. I think Louis would have just come up with a great play if he could have gloved it. So Cox at second. Cunningham at first with the single. Only the second hit of the game. For Nico Sanchez, who walked on a full count pitch last time up and scored their first run. Oh, look at that. Nice. 0-1. Swung on and lifted foul territory. Chasing it is Harvey. Can't get to it. 0-2. Now, again, just a strike away from surviving this inning. Jackson Cox at second. Wyatt Cunningham at first. 2 outs. 0-2 to Nico Sanchez. Back through the middle. Julian Swift gets through his legs. 1 run scores. Another one's coming home. Here comes the throw. He should not have cut that off. Probably had him at home. 2-run score on the error. Cox from second, Cunningham from first. Nico Sanchez, 2 RBIs on the error, and he ends up at second. Update your scoreboard for you here. Diego Barraz, the pitcher. Foul out of play right side. He lived on a fielder's choice first time up and later scored a run. Well, twice Cedar Park in 2 batters was 1 strike away from getting out of this unscathed. Now they are scathed. This one, a single into center, unless he can get to it. He's playing very shallow and got to it. Nice job by Christian Pickens, who's played great in the outfield all day. But not before. They have another 4 base runners with 2 of them scoring, just like they had in the first inning.
Baseman Louis Alonso.
Or as Monty Python calls them, the Kniggets. Here's Alonso, third baseman, into the day hitting .423. Had a pair of singles today, the first game. So north of .423 now. High and in, 1-0. School's out, unlike it was in game 1 today, so I can hear a lot of student fans in the stands for the Timberwolves. Misses, 2-0. Davis, Harvey, Robinson, Molinaro, Wool, we want them all to bat this inning. Cedar Park with a 7-3 record at the moment, but just 2-2 at home. That one misses, 3-0. Granted, both losses to pretty good teams, Lubbock Cooper and Lake Travis. Missed again, a 4-pitch walk. The leadoff slot for Louis Alonso.
Now batting for the Timberwolves, number 1 right fielder Cade Davis.
Brings Cade Davis to the plate, end of the day hitting .464. Throw over, second of the game. Goodness gracious, I thought he got him. Pretty good move. Let's stay one step closer to the bag. Pitch called strike. 0-1 to Cade Davis. He's got a funny wiggle in his arm when he throws. 101. Doesn't really stretch his arm out. It's kind of a whiplash motion. It would kind of distract me as a hitter. 1-1 to Cade Davis. And another throw over. This one not nearly as close. That's their fourth. Lifted out of play. Foul left side. 1-2. Harvey on deck. Robinson in the hole. Right back to the pitcher off his lower leg. Comes off the mound to get him at first. Kind of like a sacrifice bunt you don't get credit for. Alonso goes to second on the play. Davis down on the 1-3. And his left shin has to hurt. They'll come out and check on him. One out now. He's going to kind of throw it off. You know what we need for foul? Well, some of the odd foul ball noises, like the broken glass and the car horn going off and a woman screaming and chickens clucking and all that sort of stuff.
Now batting first baseman number 26, Jackson Harvey.
Brings to the plate the first baseman, Jackson Harvey, into the day hitting .292. One out, Alonso at second. Good lead by Alonso. Almost hits him, and it gets through. Alonso will get third fairly easily.
There he is, baby. There he is.
Come back one base at a time. 1-0 to Harvey. Driven to center. Back into his right. Makes the catch. Tagging at third and coming home safely is Louis Alonso. 2 outs. Sacrifice F8 for Jackson Harvey and an RBI. Goose egg is broken on the scoreboard for the Timberwolves, but at the price of an out.
Now batting designated hitter number 16, Murray Robinson.
Here's Murray Robinson to the plate. Comes in batting .400 and 1 for 1 today. Called strike one. Check swing, and he's dribbled it back to the mound, and they'll go over to first for the out that ends the inning, but Cedar Park strikes for a run. Narrows the lead to 3, down 4-1 through 2 complete. We'll be back in a minute. We can solve that next inning. Top of the third now. 4, 5, 6 due in the order for the Knights of McCallum. Leading off, the catcher, J.J. Valley Solis. Outside, 1-0. DH Pablo Lopez on deck, then shortstop Kai Friesen. Oh, little molar masher there. 2-0 to Valley Solis. Strike.
There it is, there it is.
2-1. We had a student fan here several years ago. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Very vocal on the umpires. Umpire call a pitch by a Cedar Park pitcher, a ball that was clearly right down the tube and a strike, and he'd just scream out, "Erroneous!" That one fouled back, 2-2. The second 2-2 pitch is in the dirt. Blocked by Wohl, full count. An issue in the last couple of days for Cedar Park putting the leadoff hitters aboard. This one on the ground, backhanded by the shortstop and off his glove. Second E6 in the last two batters. Pablo Lopez, the DH, to the plate, had a single with an RBI and was stranded at first the first time up. Second time in 3 innings we've had the leadoff hitter aboard. Neither of them on with a hit. Here's a throw to first. Pretty decent one, our first. First pitch to Pablo Lopez. Swung on and driven high, hard and deep, but foul to left and out of play. Really got around on that one. Big, long, tall, strike one. Pitch from Becker. Swung. Pops out of the catcher Wohl's glove, straight up about 1 foot. And Carter's whipping around, trying to find it. Made an odd sound, too, out of that glove. 0-2 the count. Outside, 1-2. No outs yet. Catcher J.J. Valley Solis at first. Mm. 2-2. Traditionally here they give me a hamburger, and I got that today. And when I was down there, they said, "You want a hot dog too?" I said, "Well, yeah." The hot dogs are darn good as well. Put me some mustard and jalapenos on it. Swung on. Again, a high, hard foul ball out of play to the left side. Still 2-2 to Pablo Lopez. DH hitter hitting in the 5 hole. Misses, full count. The coach of McCallum, Coach Grant, we understand, got his 150th career win in that 10-8 victory over Lake Travis right before our game. Congratulations to him. He's got a fine program there. Swing down, strikeout. Didn't know he'd gone and then whipped the tag around on the throw down to first after the strikeout. So Valley Solis ends up at second. If he'd known he'd left, he probably could have picked him off at second pretty easily. One down, runner at second. Kai Friesen, the shortstop, fouled out to right. That started that big foul him out, throw him out at home double play to end the first. Misses 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Again, 2 games scheduled tomorrow. 10 o'clock's the first one. I believe the second one's scheduled for 5 or 5:30. We're kind of in some doubt, more than 50-50 doubt, that the weather will allow those to happen, but find your best news sources for that one. 2-1 now, the count to Kai Friesen. Nice pitch for strike 2. Could use the strikeout right here. Three for Becker so far on the game. Here's the pitch. This one's driven to center. Back he goes, well over his head. One hopper off the wall. Rounding third and scoring is Valley Solis, and heading for third. Good throw, gets it into short, makes him retreat to second. But an RBI double for Kai Friesen. And it's 5-1. Andy Honea, the first baseman. Misses a little bit up and in, 1-0. It's only the third hit of the game for McCallum, but they got 5 runs. Inside, 2-0. Honea walked and was forced out at second. That one misses, 3-0. Inside. Walked him on 4 pitches, his second walk for Honea. Well, the only good news out of that now is a force out at any base. Colby Summers, the right fielder. Colby Summers struck out looking first time up. We could sure use that here. Called strike 1. My seat has sunk yet again. Got a defective seat. Checks a swing. Probably should have swung anyway. 0-2.
Good job, Ethan. Turn it, baby.
Man, that was not bad either.
Like
Called the ball 1-2. Tapped foul, third base side, still 1-2. Jackson Cox, second baseman, 9-hole hitters due up next. 2 strikes on Summers. We need a K right here. One down, 1 run in. Only 1 hit in the inning. Ah, there it is. Look at that pitch. A beauty. The second standing strikeout of right fielder Colby Summers. 2 down now for second baseman Jackson Cox. Swung on, grounded foul left side, 0-1. Called strike, 0-2. How about another standing strikeout to end the inning? This one's lifted to center. Back goes Brady, and he makes the catch in shallow center, the second baseman Richardson, to end the inning. But they send 6 and score another run and now lead 5-1. We'll be back in just a second. While throwing to 67% less batters, of the number of batters, I should say. We are at 8-9-1 in the order. That's Molinaro, Woe, and Richardson. Here is left-handed hitting left fielder Houston Molinaro. Houston, end of the day, hitting .364. First at-bat of the game. Grounded in the hole between second base and right. Rolling into right field for a single. First pitch, he's aboard with a leadoff single.
Now batting catcher number 7.
And that ends the no-hitter. 9-hole hitter, catcher Carter Wohl. There's another throw to first. Number 5 for them, getting close to dangerous territory.
On them hips.
We got our leadoff runner on for the second time of the game. Last time was last inning with a walk, and he scored. On the ground towards short, could be a double play ball, but he can't get it. He didn't bend down far enough. went under his glove completely. We'll give that infield single since he didn't touch it. Can't really charge him with an error. Houston Molinaro moves to second. Wohl at first. Top of the order with Brady Richardson. Grounded to second first time up. End of the day hitting 300. Brooks Dillman's going to run for Carter at first since he's the catcher.
Second baseman Brady Richardson.
First time in the game we've had two on at the same time. They're going to throw to second. Nothing doing. Throw number 6. Scheduled to throw the next one away. If they stick with the national high school averages. He'll step off the rubber. Richardson still waiting for his first pitch. Shows bunt way outside, gets to the screen. Runners both advance. Molinaro to third, Wohl to second, or not Wohl, but Dillman who's running for him. Richardson a 1-0 count. The pitch. Back through the middle, a bouncer. Shortstop gets it on the first base side of second and throws to first for the out, but the run scores. Sacrifice ground out, so to speak. 6-4 on the play, does get the RBI. Carter Wohl goes to third on the play, so one down, and it's 5-2. Pickens to the plate. Struck out swinging last time on a 2-2 pitch. Shows bunt, puts it down, but it's foul. Came into the night, or into the day rather, hitting .476. Oh, and 1 to Christian Pickens. Fouled out of play right side. 0-2.
All right, Christian, you got this, baby. Be smart.
Christian Pickens should be on the all-name team. Kind of sounds like what you might find at a Baptist thrift store. The pitch almost hits him. 1-2. Swift on deck, Alonso in the hole. Swing and a miss. Pickens is down, 2 away. Probably don't have enough innings to do this one run at a time. And here's Swift. Julian having a tough night at short, made a decision to go to second when first probably would have got an out and missed out on an out. Then 2 glove errors at short. High and out. 2-0. Unusual for him. He's a pretty good shortstop. 1-0. He throws behind him, or does hit him. Must have hit him on the helmet there. So Julian to first is a hit batsman. Wohl is still at third with 2 outs for Louis Alonso. Gosh, we need to pick up Wohl at third. Louis walked and scored. It's a 4-pitch walk to lead off the third. Over the third baseman's head into left, and the run scores. Carter Wool comes in, makes it 5-3. Swift goes to second. Alonso with the RBI single into left is at first. For Cade Davis, left-handed hitting right fielder, went back to the pitcher for a 1-3 out the first time up. This one towards left. And foul, 0-1. Tying run is on base at first. Going to throw it and throw 7. Looked like it might have gone into center, but shortstop chases it down before that happens. Living on borrowed time now. Misses 1-1 to Cade Davis. Came into the game hitting .464, but grounded back to the pitcher the first time. Back to the mound, off the glove of the pitcher. Rounding third, coming home. There'll be no throw, they're going to go to third. He's safe as well. Runners at the corners, another run in. That's Swift scoring from second. What do you think? Is that a hit, or I give him a hit too? Hard shot off the glove of a lunging Diego Barraz. Deflected it to where second baseman couldn't have gotten it. Alonso ends up at third. We got Davis at first. Swift score. Jackson Harvey to the plate. 1-run game, 5-4. It's just outside. 1-0 to Jackson. He is the 8th batter we've sent to the plate here in the 4th. Four hits here in the 4th. We had no hits to this inning. This one, bouncer to second. On it and over to end the inning, but again, we send 8. There's a single, another single, a hit batsman, 2 more singles, and scored 3 runs. Through 3 complete, down only 5-4 now. We'll be back. The only minus about aggressive hitting, and it really works for Cedar Park in most cases, it did in that inning, 4 hits and 3 runs, is that, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 8 batters we sent put the first ball they saw in play. So there's not much of a pitch count. That guy only threw 17 pitches while facing 8 batters in that inning. Top of the 4th now. McCallum to the plate. Top of the order with Wyatt Cunningham, center fielder. Swung on and lines one to right. Cade Davis snags it. I thought it was going to sail over his head for a second. Good adjustment by Davis, seeing that ball. 1 down for Nico Sanchez, the left fielder.
Now batting right fielder number 10, Nico Sanchez.
Fouls it into the net right side, 0-1. Misses outside. 1-1 to Sanchez, who walked and scored in the first. Reached on an E6 and knocked 2 runs in on that play, but was stranded at second. This one through the middle past a diving Julian Swift at short into center for a 1-out single.
Now batting pitcher number 9, Diego Barras.
Here's a pitcher, Barras, on with a fielder's choice and scored, and then lined out to center. A throw to first, our second of the game. Swung on, into the glove of the third baseman, and a diving backhand stab for Louis Alonso. Sanchez never got far from first. It happened so fast, so no play back there to try to double him off and end the inning. Cedar Park would have been the third creative way to end an inning today. 2 down for the catcher, J.J. Valley-Solis. Swing and a miss. So far, every batter in this inning started out 0-1 against Ethan Becker. Called strike 2. I'm so sorry that y'all can't see plays at third, like that great stab by Louis over there. When we move back out on the porch, the camera will be in a position to catch most of that action. Pitch, swing and a miss on that bender, and he is down in 3 pitches. And so for the first time tonight, no runs across for the McCallum Knights. Cedar Park will come to bat in the bottom of the 4th in a minute.
Designated hitter, Murray Robinson.
Big Murr, the DH, end of the day, hitting 400. Grounded back to the pitcher the first time on a little check swing. Didn't mean to. Inside, almost hits it. His reflexes got the better of him. 1-0. High hopper to second. First baseman over to get it and cut it off. Pitcher covering the bag, stumbles but makes the play. One down.
Now batting number 22, left fielder Houston Molinaro.
Here's Houston Molinaro, the 8-hole left fielder. Singled and scored the first time up. Pitch from Barraz, swung on, fouled towards the third base dugout. 0-1. Wohl on deck on top of the order with Richardson. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back. Pitch was low, 1-1. Our games here usually start at 7 o'clock or so kind of a late night. 9:18 here. J. Sevier Field, Matt Ariano Park. Pitch high, 2-1. I knew both of those men that this field carries the names of. Jay Sevier, an assistant coach here. He played ball at McNeil, played ball at Concordia, was a shortstop and second baseman there, and a pretty good one. Got into coaching, coached football and baseball here, and one day, along about 2005 or 6, came to Coach Chris Ross and told him he felt the call to duty. Want to go become a Green Beret and serve overseas with the U.S. Army Special Forces. He was about to graduate Green Beret School in North Carolina when he was killed in a training accident. Named the field for him, and it carried just that name for a while. Fouled out a play by Molinaro, 2-2. And then one of our best third basemen ever, maybe our best third baseman ever, off a great 2008 team, died in his sleep. Young age of about 24. Matt Ariano, and they named it Matt Ariano Park and J. Sevier Field. Here's a 2-2 to Houston Molinaro. Lined third base side, but just foul, just misses hitting his head coach. Lanny dancing out of the way. One of our players a couple years ago said, "Wow, both those guys are from here, huh?" Yeah, a coach and a player. And that one gets away from the catcher, full count. And he said, I want a ballpark to carry my name someday. I said, well, you got to die. I think he withdrew the request. Full count now to Houston Molinaro. Swing and a miss. Molinaro is down 2 away. The weird thing about that was
the Timberwolves, number 7 catcher Carter Wohl.
The guy who I was talking to who made that request is now starting pitcher in the major leagues, Chris Paddock. Good enough to have a name on this ballpark, but still alive. 2 outs for Carter Wohl. Infield single last time up and scored, or his runner scored. On the ground. Third baseman over to his left to get it. Cross diamond, low throw, gets away. Wohl lives at first on the throwing error. Still 2 outs, top of the order with Brady Richardson.
Now batting second baseman number 13, Brady Richardson.
Richardson's third at-bat of the game. Grounded out to second. Grounded out to short, but a run came in on that one, so he gets an RBI. Into the day hitting 300. I think Brady was, he's hitless in the first game because he didn't play. That's right. He was one of the regulars who did not see action. Throw to first. Another one. That's their 9th. Really living on borrowed time now. Meanwhile, Brady Richardson's still waiting his first pitch. This one goes to left, but doesn't make the left fielder move much. Nico Sanchez with the catch. Cedar Park goes. They got a runner aboard, but died at first base. So still through 5 complete, down by a run. We'll be back. Field. So in the top of the 5th, 5, 6, and 7 are due in the McCallum order. That will be DH Pablo Lopez, shortstop Kai Friesen, first baseman Andy Honea, unless they lift somebody. These 3 guys have 2 of their 4 hits.
Designated hitter number 7, Pablo
Here's
Lopez.
the DH Lopez. RBI single to the left side, was stranded at first, and then he struck out swinging. McCallum was the first club that Cedar Park played in the playoffs in the season of 2000. Goodness gracious, 22 years ago. Lost game 1 here. Won game 2 in Austin, lost game 3 in Austin. Called strike 1. Jared Bunn got the lone pitching win in that one, as it's 1-1 now to Lopez. He would later be a 2-year starter at Kansas State. That looked like a good pitch, but called ball 2. 2-1 to Pablo Lopez. .926, so we're not close to the 2 hours yet. 1 hop chopper to Alonso at third. What a throw. You can see why he throws people out at second from catcher. There was a jet fighter headed across the diamond there. 5-3, 1 down. 6-hitter shortstop Kai Friesen. Fouled out to right to start that foul him out, throw him out at home double play. An RBI double up the middle and stranded at second his other trip to the plate. High and outside, 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Little number back towards first. First baseman, or excuse me, the pitcher gets it. Becker and just trots over to the bag himself rather than risk the exchange at that close range and high velocity he's running. So a 1-U at the bag for 2 down. First baseman Andy Honea to the plate. Somebody asked me the other day what I would call the biggest win we've ever had at this ballpark through the years. And I'm trying to remember what year it was. It was probably 2004 or so, maybe 3, maybe 5, somewhere around in there. Honea takes ball 1. Played not just the #1 ranked team, the first place team in our district. We were actually tied for them for first. Both of us 3-0 at the time. Fouled into the net 1-1. But they're the #1 ranked team in the state of Texas, and they were the #1 ranked team in the United States of America. 17-0 Round Rock Dragons. Their pitcher, that one's fouled into the screen, was a fellow by the name of John Danks. He was a high draft choice and had many productive years pitching for the Chicago White Sox. Beat them 3-1 that night, and our little lefty, oh man, that's so long ago I can't remember his last name now. First name was Ryan, R-I-N-E. Went to UT Pan American later. Outdueled the Chicago White Sox. And there's a great pitch for a standing strikeout by Becker. 3 up, 3 down. First time in the game. We'll be right back. Cedar Park will have the big inning. Okay, welcome back. Brad Cohn, the V of the T. Les Clare, our QA tonight. Bringing you all the action here. Cedar Park went down 4-0. They've now come back to make it just down 1, 5-4. As they head to the plate in the bottom of the 5th, getting late on the clock. 9:30, an 8 o'clock start, a few minutes after 8 o'clock. So we're not close to the 2-hour time limit yet. We're not close to the run limit yet. We are in the 5th inning, bottom of the 5th. 2-3-4 due for Cedar Park. Scheduled are Pickens, Swift, and Alonzo. Pickens was pulled from center, so there'll be instead Brooks Dillman, who went in as a replacement for him in center defensively in that last inning. Dillman ended the day hitting 111, but he did get a hit in that first game. First one's strike 1. Diego Barraz still on the mound for the McCallum Knights. Fouled and 0-2. School night for these guys. Not going to get home till late. McCallum still has a bus ride into the meat of Austin. 0-2 to Brooks Dillman as he steps out. Line drive into right center, falls. Goes to the wall. Rounding second for third. He'll get there easily. Little Superman slide for effect for Brooks Dillman. Leadoff triple here, and he represents the tying run 90 feet away. Fifth hit of the game for Cedar Park.
Now batting shortstop number 24, Julian Swift.
4 of those came in the 4th inning. We scored 3 runs. Here's Julian Swift, the shortstop. He's a hit batsman. He scored, and he grounded out to second. End of the day, hitting .429. Had a pair of hits this morning. Foul back into the net. 0-1 to Julian. Alonso on deck. Cade Davis in the hole. Swift is the go-ahead run at the plate with no outs. Boy, that was at his chin, but called a strike. 0-2. This one's driven to left center. Over goes the left fielder. He'll make the catch. Tagging. Throws cut off. Scoring the tie and run, Brooks Dillman. We're tied at 5 with 1 out.
Now batting for the Timberwolves, number 19, third baseman Louis Alonso.
Louis Alonso to the plate. End of the day hitting .423. A couple of singles this morning. He's 1 for 1 with a walk and a run scored and an RBI in this game. Louis' .423 batting average, already good, is going to be quite a few points higher than that after tonight. That one's low, 1-0. Cedar Park only had 1 base runner in the first 2 innings. Since then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Goes through. 2-0. Fans waking up. And one thing I haven't heard this year, and it's a tradition here at Cedar Park, is the crying of the exotic birds in the ranch behind the left field fence. Low, 3-0. It's always fun to hear out there and have an opposing left fielder who doesn't know what it is, kind of looking around, wondering what's going on out there. Comes the 3-0. Outside and high for called strike 1. That strike zone just balloons at 3-0. The 3-1, swing and a miss, fouled it, I guess, in the plate area. So from 3-0 to a full count for Louis Alonso. Wish there was a guy on third then. Full count pitch. 1 out, nobody on. Fouled into the net right side. Still a full count. Here comes pitch number 7 to Louis Alonso. Their pitcher has only thrown 53 pitches coming into this inning. This will be pitch 66. Becker's at 94. On the ground, through the third baseman into left. Nice piece of hitting by Louis Alonso. Sixth hit of the game for Cedar Park, all of them coming in the last 3 innings. Cade Davis, the right fielder. Grounded back to the pitcher, RBI single to the right side, was stranded at first. Into the day hitting .464. Outside, 1-0. Another throw over. That's throw number 10, and boy, are they living on borrowed time. go-ahead run is aboard in the form of Louis Alonso at first. A little bit closer on that play. 11th throw, the most I've seen in a while. Pitch, bouncer to short. This could be two. The second, and he throws it through him. Or the second baseman bobble. Either way, that's an error there. And he'll go to third, Alonso, who passes second on the air. Davis at first on the fielder's choice. Still just one out. Go ahead run in scoring position. Jackson Harvey scheduled to hit. Looks like him.
Now batting first baseman Jackson Harvey.
End of the day hitting .292. Had a sacrifice RBI to center field. First time up, grounded out to second in the fourth. Pitch high, 1-0. And their coach Grant will come out for a conversation at the mound. While they're doing that, we'll let you hear about one of our sponsors.
With ASI Protection Services, it's always safe. It's that simple. ASI Services provides commercial and residential alarm monitoring services. ASI does the install and monitoring for way less than the large security chains. They've been in business for 21 years. ASI also offers home automation services, repair services for access control, alarms and CCTV, plus security camera installation and repair. That's ASI Protection Services. Call 512-467-2615.
All right, back to the action now. Harvey with a 1-0 count. Looking for more sponsors. We're mentioning all the sponsors from last year in the intro and the closing. Two of them are the same. The only two we officially have are Alzers and ASI there. Looking to name some others and maybe get some commercials made for them. On the ground to second, he boots it. Goes to first in time. Run scores from Alonso. Coming from third, and Cedar Park Timberwolves take the lead. Davis is pushed to second on the play.
Now batting number
There are
5,
two outs.
Ethan Becker.
Ethan Becker to the plate. This one back to the mound and over for the third out at first, but not before Cedar Park strikes for 2 runs. They tie it and take the lead 6-5. We'll come back with the top of the 6th. Top of the sixth now. They're at 8, 9, and 1. The Knights in their order. Right fielder Colby Summers is scheduled. First time up, he struck out looking on a 1-2 pitch.
Colby Summers.
Second time up, he struck out looking on a 1-2 pitch. Let's see if we can get it for a third time. Shows bunt, bunts it to third. Louis charging on it. Fields it cleanly, but the throw gets away from him. Throw is inside the bag. Give the throwing error on Louis. Summers lives at first. So tying run right back on base for them. Here's the 9-hole hitter, second baseman Jackson Cox. Nope, it's somebody else. Number 2. Who do you got on your roster for number 2? What's that name? Lara Friedman? Friedman. Yeah, what a name. L-Y-R-R Friedman. You weren't lying about liar. They got him picked off on a rundown between first and second. Julian tags him out. Yeah, what happened to the batter? I was looking down, writing his name down. Oh, he's still there. Okay, he just retreated. 1-0. 1-0 to Lear Friedman, Lear Friedman. Lear capital Friedman. 2-0, one down now. Base is empty. There's a big play on the base pass, just then by the Cedar Park defense. This one, foul territory, inside first base, caught by Jackson Harvey, 2 down. Top of the order with center fielder Wyatt Cunningham scheduled, and that is him. Fourth trip to the plate, he struck out swinging, singled to the left side and scored a run, and then lined out to Cade Davis and right. A great play by Davis. Oh, look at that bend back over the strike zone, 0-1. I can't hit that pitch, so I didn't play in college. Swung on and lifted to shallow center, or left center. Both chasing it. Center fielder underneath it makes the catch. Dillman, 3 up, 3 down for the second inning in a row. Things are looking a lot better than they did earlier in this game. We'll be right back in a minute. Cedar Park at the plate in the bottom of the 6th. All right, here we go. The chance to expand this 1-run lead. Bottom of the 6th, 8-9-1 due for Cedar Park. Scheduled are Houston Molinaro, Carter Wohl, and Brady Richardson. Still the same pitcher, Diego Barraz, on the line, or excuse me, on the mound. With that odd delivery. It's not like a pitcher's throw with the arm kind of extended. It's more like a second baseman's throw to first, the way he snaps, wiggles that arm.
The bottom of the 6th. Number 22, Houston Molinaro.
Molinaro to the plate, into the day hitting .364, 1 for 2 here today, a single and scored a run, and then he struck out swinging. Shows bunt, bunts it to the third base side, but foul. Probably a little too hard. If that's fair, third baseman probably throws him out. Oh, and 1 to Houston Molinaro. Called strike 2. Wool on deck, top of the order with Richardson next. Close, outside 1 and 2. A 1-2 to Molinaro. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strike. Second time in a row.
Now batting for the Timberwolves, number 7, catcher Carter Wohl.
And here's the deal. Cedar Park has struck out 4 times in this game. That's not a lot when you're in the 6th inning. That's over their average. Their average is under 3 a game. Here's Carter Wohl, the catcher. 1 for 2. This one back to the pitcher. A nice snag in the web of his glove. Over to first for the out on a 1-3 play. 2 down. Top of the order with Brady Richardson, the second baseman into the day, hitting .300. Grounded out to second, grounded out to short, and lined out to left, so he's due.
Austin Garcia.
It's not going to be him. It's going to be Austin Garcia. I forgot that they changed him out for defensive in the top of the inning. This one on the ground to short. Grabs it. Over to first in time. 1-2-3 inning for the McCallum Knights. Last chance for them coming up in just a minute. We'll be right back to bring it to you.
I'm right here, boss, man. I got this, yo.
In the top of the 7th inning, the McCallum Knights will come to the plate with their 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up. They go by who they've had all game. It'll be left fielder Nico Sanchez, pitcher Diego Barraz, and catcher J.J. Valley-Solis. These guys, in 9 collective trips to the plate, have been base runners 6 times of those 9 trips. They have done that on only 1 hit. A walk, a fielder's choice, a hit batsman, an E6, another E6. So Cedar Park pitching and defense can get the job done against these 3 guys this time. Will have us a win here.
Leading off for the Knights, number 10, Nico Sanchez.
Here's Sanchez, the left fielder, walked and scored, lived on an E6 and batted in 2 on that one. Then singled up the middle. He was stranded at second on the E6, stranded at first on the single. First pitch misses 1-0, and you got to wonder how quick the hook might be on Ethan Becker. He had, by my count, 100 pitches exactly coming into this inning. Now 1-1. It's through 2-1. Line drive into right, coming on. Does he make the catch? Yes, he does. Another outstanding play in right by Cade Davis. One down. I like the music. Coach come out to talk to the pitching battery. Shortstop coming in. Might be bringing in Julian to close it out. Or maybe not. Becker's going over to third. Looking for some pitching numbers for Louis Alonso this year, and I don't see any, which means his first appearance this year. Watch him warm up. Well, he does so. I'll let you hear from another sponsor.
You know the Alzer family. They've been involved in Cedar Park sports for years, just as Alzer's Barbecue has been involved in Cedar Park cuisine for years. It's one-of-a-kind, authentic Texas barbecue. Brisket, turkey, chicken, lamb, terrific sides and sauces. It's sheer succulence. That's Alzer's Barbecue, next to the Shell Station on 1431, just east of Lakeline. Open Friday through Sunday, every weekend.
Except, no, they aren't. Not anymore. Got their own brick and mortar store behind the CVS. It's at Bell and Cypress Creek Road. Grand opening just a couple of weeks ago. I was there. It was a fabulous event. Great barbecue there of all sorts, great sides. Get out to Alzer's and enjoy yourself. That's the ad from last year. We'll see about making them a new one for this season before district starts. You're watching Louis Alonso throwing. He threw some innings last year, but we don't have any numbers on him this year. Now, there's an arm extension for a pitcher. That's not a second baseman throwing to first. Not like a third baseman throwing to first, though, which is what he has been all night. All right, here we go with one out. Nobody on. Three-hitter to the plate. It's pitcher Diego Barras. He was on with the fielder's choice and scored. Lined out to center and lined out to third. So he's putting the ball in play. At least a couple times he's put in play hard. Nobody on board, though, with one out. First pitch misses, 1-0. Let me update the scoreboard for you to show one out. Strike on the outside edge, 1-1. 5 strikes away. From Alonso. Low, 2-1. So 104 pitches for Ethan Becker when he left. Called strike. Thought about it. Probably should have pulled the trigger. 2-2. That one misses. Full count now to Diego Barras. One out, nobody aboard here. Top of the seventh. Last chance for the McCallum Knight, who at one point led 4-0. But second hitter of the inning reaches base with a full count walk. Here's the catcher, J.J. Valley-Solis. It's a hit batsman and then thrown out at home. E6 and scored and a strikeout swinging. That one low, 1-0. also low. Alonso missing low a lot. Several of them have hit the plate. 2-0. One out, one aboard. He is the tying run. Go ahead run at the plate. A called strike 1, 2-1 to Valley Solis. DH Pablo Lopez scheduled to hit next. Inside, 3-1. Swung on and fouled into the net, full count. Second batter he has faced, Alonso. Second batter to go to full count. Hopefully he won't be the second batter he walks. Lifted to right. Over to his left goes Davis. Makes the catch. 2 down, runner retreats to first. Okay, Davis been busy and right tonight.
Now batting number 7, Pablo Lopez.
The DH Pablo Lopez gets some words of advice in his ear on the way to the plate by the guy who just lined out to right, catcher J.J. Valley Solis. Lopez had an RBI single the first time up and was stranded at first. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Second time up, a swinging strikeout. Third time up, grounded out to Alonso at third. Now he faces Alonso on the mound. 0-1. Oh, man, there was nothing wrong with that one. 1-1. Runner goes from first through the screen. Gets second easily, 2-1 the count. Tying run now in scoring position, but there are 2 outs. Just need to get the batter. Their coach is coming in to talk to the umpire about what? Oh, the umpire called that a strike. Okay. If he did, he swung at one that hit the dirt a foot or 3 or 4 feet in front of the plate. We'll take it. He seems to have not won the argument, so it is 1-2. A strike away now. Swung through, huh? Yeah, I was watching the ball and the runner. So 1-2 the count. Alonso just needs a strike. 10 o'clock on the nose. Get a whole complete game in here. On the ground to Julian Swift at short. Gloves it. Throw is low. He can't get it. Not going to come home with it. He bobbles it. Guy was tempted to round third and come home. Third error of the game on Julian Swift. It's very rare. Raz stays at third. Lopez at first on the E6. Runner to the corner. Still just, there's 2 outs though. Shortstop Kai Friesen is scheduled to hit. And that is him. Fouled out to right. RBI double up the middle. We can't have that. And tapped out back to the pitcher. We'll take that. Alonso. Pitch outside and low, 1-0. We don't want a bottom of the 7th here. If we do, we're at 8, 9, and 1 in the order. High and out, 2-0. There is room to walk him. That actually would make the third out easier. It would be any base on the diamond. Called strike 1, 2-1. exciting game here tonight. A lot better than the first game or the game last night against Lake Travis. Swung on back through the middle. Swift on it. Over to first. Makes the out on the 6-3. Made that one look routine, and Cedar Park wins. A nice comeback from being down 4-0 to a 6-5 win. Now we're going to go away for a minute. I'll compile the stats. Coach will come up, maybe bring somebody with him. So stick around.
It's that simple. ASI Services provides commercial and residential alarm monitoring services. ASI does the install and monitoring for way less than the large security chains. They've been in business for 21 years. ASI also offers home automation services, repair services for access control, alarms and CCTV, plus security camera installation and repair. That's ASI Protection Services. Call 512-467-2615.
You know the Alzer family. They've been involved in Cedar Park sports for years, just as Alzer's Barbecue has been involved in Cedar Park cuisine for years. It's one-of-a-kind, authentic Texas barbecue. Brisket, turkey, chicken, lamb, terrific sides and sauces. It's sheer succulence. That's Alzer's Barbecue, next to the Shell Station on 1431, just east of Lakeline. Open Friday through Sunday, every weekend.
The University Interscholastic League would like to thank its corporate sponsors. Without the generous support of these sponsors, many UIL activities would not be possible. The UIL gives special thanks to Balfour, Baylor Scott & White, Dairy Max, Dairy Queen, Ford, Fox Sports Southwest, Gatorade, Hellas Construction, Max Preps, the NFHS Network, Nike, Register My Athlete, Spalding, and Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. These generous corporate sponsors support the UIL in all its activities, music, academics, and athletics. The UIL appreciates these sponsors and their participation in all that the UIL does in Texas extracurricular activities. On behalf of the UIL and its corporate sponsors, thank you for supporting UIL activities in your community and enjoy the game.
All right, back on the postgame show here at Cedar Park with a big 6-5 comeback win. They were down by 4 at one point over a good team, the McCallum Knights. Here are the offensive numbers for the Timberwolves. Brady Richardson went 0 for 3. Austin Garcia 0 for 1. Christian Pickens 0 for 2. Brooks Dillman 1 for 1 with a triple and a run scored. Julian Swift 0 for 1, but a hit batsman and a run scored and an RBI. Sacrifice fly. Louis Alonso 2 for 2 with a walk and RBI and scored 3 runs. Gets a save as well. Cade Davis 1 for 3 with an RBI. Jackson Harvey 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly and an RBI. Murray Robinson 0 for 3. Houston Molinaro 1 for 3 with a run scored. Carter Wool 1 for 3 with a run scored. And Becker gets the win. We had him in 104 pitches, 63 strikes, 41 balls. Gave up 4 hits, or 5 rather. Struck out 4, gave up 5 runs, walked 3, hit a guy. Alonso comes on, gets the save, and Coach is joining us now. Make sure that's on for you, Coach. Congratulations. The team kind of struggled in a lot of categories, and a lot of guys on base. The pitching sometimes struggled a little.
Off. I was tired of seeing that column where it says errors over there.
Yeah, a lot of errors.
That's pretty old, man.
And yet they figured out what to do to come from behind by 4 runs and win a game over a very good ball club.
Right, I agree, and that's you could have said it best. That's exactly what we said to our guys out on the field. Just, we were down 4 and had an opportunity to really just tank. And we did, and we just kind of chipped away and stayed at it against a very good team. But we created a lot of mess for ourselves. The game of baseball was beating us up early, even beat us up there toward the end, we talk about making the routine play routine, Brad, but I think a team like McCallum, because of their speed, it makes you speed up, and when you do,
forces some errors.
Yeah, it does. It forces a lot, and it's kind of what we do to teams as well. Because we other than Harvey and Robinson, but for the most part, we got some guys that can run pretty good, and it kind of speeds it up on them. But I was very happy with Ethan. He got frustrated early in the game, and rightfully so. But we kind of went down there and had a little conversation and talked through it and said, "Man, listen, your job is the pitch, and make pitches and things like that." So once he kind of got settled in and calmed down, he got to his pitch count. We had him at 108, so that's kind of why we pulled him out. We were like, crap. But he was dealing and doing a really good job there, so we're very, very happy with him.
And Louis came out and pitched well. I think it was his first innings this year, wasn't it?
That's his first innings this year, and we were just curious to how he does, and he's got a big arm and he can light the radar gun up. But as the thing is, I'll tell them sometimes, hey, 80 is good, which means 80% of whatever your max is good. You don't have to throw it, 100% all the time.
Location.
Yeah, exactly, man. Just put it in there and make some things happen there. But I felt like he did a great job. He was our Modita player of the game. He had a couple of hits, I think you said.
Yeah.
In there. And
2 for 2, a walk, an RBI, scored 3 runs.
So, but very, very happy, man. Very happy with the direction that our team is going. We just gotta keep getting better. That's the name of the game right now.
And this is the kind of game, when you look at it, you think, well, I made these errors, and we threw a lot of pitches, a lot of base runners, and we're down by 4 at one point. But when you come back and win this kind of game, it takes, to me, it proves you're a good team. It takes a good team to have that kind of functional adversity in a game against a good team, be down by 4 runs, and still win the game. Right. A bad team can't do that.
Right, and I agree with that. You're exactly right, and Brad, we tell our kids every day how good they are. Sometimes I wonder if they believe it. I think they hear me say it, and they're like, it's like, a pastor trying to get someone to follow Christ. It's like, that's what you're supposed to do. Well, if they were not good, I wouldn't tell them. If they were not a good team, I would be honest with them and say, we just got work to do. But we are good, and we can do some things well. We have good pitching. We feel like we got some guys that can put the ball in play and put pressure on defense, and if we just continue to grow in those areas, and if they can just ever embrace that aspect of them, who they are as a team, we really feel like that these guys can probably do something pretty special. It wouldn't surprise me, but I think sometimes it may surprise them.
Well, 2 wins today. Congratulations on that. 2 games scheduled tomorrow if we don't get weathered out. Now, who are they? They're all here, but who are they and what time?
Lake Travis at 10 and McNeil at 5:30.
That's the times I was thinking. I just want to make sure I heard it from you.
Those are our times there. Tomorrow we're gonna look at the weather in the morning, get up. Brad, I have no desire. None of us have any desire to be out here in 40-degree weather with the wind blowing. Playing a baseball game. Saturday is supposed to be better, so kind of the talk with the Leander staff that we talked about, just maybe push Friday's game to Saturday and call it a tournament, then get on the district play if we can.
That works.
That's the plan for now, but we'll have to see what happens as the night goes through.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us,
Hey,
Coach.
thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Lanny Williams on a post-game show. 2 wins for Cedar Park today. A couple of good programs, especially McCallum. That's a nice feather in the cap for the Cedar Park program with a win right there. Okay, I think that's going to do it. So Timberwolves take game 2 of the LISD tournament. A satisfying come-from-behind 6-5 victory over a very good McCallum Knights team. Season record now 8-3. This is the Timberwolf baseball program's 410th win all-time, 178th win on a live KMAC or Vype broadcast. Next up, as Coach said, 2-game schedule tomorrow. Lake Travis at 10 a.m., McNeil at 5:30. We'll bring you both if they happen. Special thanks to the whole Vype staff, Operations Director Merle Bertrand, our QA for this game, Les Clary, voiceover artist Roland Ruiz, and our technical support officer, that is the incomparable Suna Venkat. This is Brad Cohn signing off for the Vype Network. See you tomorrow, we hope.
This has been the Vype Live Network's presentation of Cedar Park Timberwolves Baseball. Sponsored by Toyota of Cedar Park, Adele Golf, Thundercloud Subs, Austin Go-To Team Realty, Alzer's Barbecue, ASI Protection Services, and Academy